James O'Brien, live, weekday mornings from 10.
I'd have done it, you know. I would. I've been thinking about it all night. I would have. I haven't done it yet. Maybe it's too young, really, but I probably would have done it. I think given exactly the same circumstances as this family currently going through a living hell in Portugal, in exactly the same circumstances, I think I would have done the same. And I suspect that most parents would, actually, even if now you're telling yourself you wouldn't. When push comes to shove, maybe not every night of the holiday, maybe not every time you go on holiday, maybe not even every holiday, but certainly on occasion, in the right circumstances, as you weigh up the pros and the cons of leaving your sleeping children in a hotel room before heading off for a bit of snap, you'd do it. In fact, I wonder if you thought about this, the age that these kids are made it easier for me. The 3-year-old and the 18-month-old twins, once they're asleep, they're asleep. If they get up, they can't do anything. You know, they can't let themselves out of a locked room. It's not like they're 6 or 7. Once they're down, they're down. And if they wake up, then they're unhappy. You're checking them every 20 minutes, every half an hour, you're fine. Can we please stop doing this in such a mealy-mouthed, behind-the-hand kind of disapproving way? It's not fair, and it's not right, because we're doing it out of fear. We're doing it out of the there but for the grace of God go I syndrome. We're doing it because we don't want to admit that however hard you try, however careful you are, however committed you are to childcare, it only takes one nutter to undo all your hard work. That's what this story is really about. It's not about parenting. It's not about childcare choices. It's about how vulnerable we all are, parent or not parent, to the actions of one nutter. Whether you are cycling peacefully through a London park and get stabbed in the neck at random by a mentally disturbed former prisoner who should never have been released, or whether you're enjoying tapas in Portugal while your 3-year-old girl is being spirited out of a gemmied window at the back of your apartment, we hate to admit, don't we, that we're not in control of our destiny. We spend all our lives trying to kid ourselves that we are. We buy alarms, we buy buildings, we buy security, we buy flipping webcams, we buy things that make us feel that we know where our children are going to be. We get them mobile phones as soon as they can talk. We convince ourselves daily that those long dark nights of the soul, the sweats that wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning, can be countered by behaviour. There are actions you can take to insulate yourself against danger. Well, there aren't. You can help yourself, you can improve your chances, you can increase the odds of staying safe, but you can never, ever, ever make a child's life foolproof. And that is at the heart of the horrible treatment that these parents are receiving now, partly in our press, but mostly in the Portuguese press. The press in this country, however, when they're not criticising the police, are doing that kind of subtle suggestion that the parents have only got themselves to blame. Can we set the record straight now? What is it you think is going to happen when you leave a child in a hotel room? The worst case scenario, 99.9 recurring % of the time, the worst case scenario is that one of them will have a nightmare, wake up and be crying for 20 minutes before you come back to check, okay? Well, we always take them out for dinner in the pram, you know, we've been doing that since they were 6 months old. Well, why? In the Costa del Sol 2 years ago, the last time something like this happened, they got a bullet in the head during a drug war and died. There's no such thing as foolproof. There's negligent and there's loving. There's careful and there's careless. If you're careful, there's no objective rule book on what you should and shouldn't be doing. There's just chances that you take as a parent. There's decisions that you make. And it's almost like blaming Sarah Payne for the disappearance of her daughter. Well, you know, she was out playing in the fields. I've never let my child play out in the field. What are you going to do? Put them in a box? Put them in a hermetically sealed box and never let them interact with the outside world? So, well, news for you. If that's the attitude you take to your child, then come adulthood, they are in for a horrible time. Maladjusted, insecure, deluded. You've got to let children make discoveries for themselves, and you've got to have a life of your own once you become a parent. Otherwise, you'll go mad. Tracy's in Northwood. What do you reckon, Tracy?
Hi there, how are you?
I'm alright. What's on your mind?
Well, my heart went out to these people. My tears were in my eyes when I heard this on the radio. I was absolutely, or on the TV rather, the other day. Absolutely dreadful for these people. It's your absolute worst nightmare, and they are in a living hell. I've got a 6-year-old now and I've got a 4-year-old and a baby of 7 months. I've been on a particular holiday company myself.
Well, this holiday company in Mark Warner?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
fine. You can say that.
Marvellous, oh right, okay, that's the same. Great place, marvellous staff, very highly qualified staff care, lovely facilities. It's a very, very good place. And
So what do you do with your kids when you're on these holidays?
if these children were awake, we go out and leave them on their own and lock the door, basically, which can, obviously, it's very unlikely that anyone's abducted, obviously, thank God.
It's never happened here before. It hasn't happened in Portugal for 17 years.
Thank goodness, and that is great.
So how many people are going to live their life on the chance of something happening once in 17 years?
I know, but I think if that child went into the bathroom, they wash their hands, go to the loo, fall asleep in the bathroom floor, they're 3 years old, split their head open, and they're waiting for half an hour.
But if a baby falls out of a cot in the middle of the night and the parents don't hear it, they could be lying on the floor for 8 hours. This is what I mean. You can make all the arguments in the world for how risky the world is, but you can't remove the risk.
You can't remove it totally, but you're in a house with them if they fall out of a car.
You say that, you might have the telly on, you might have your headphones on, you might be listening to music. Thank you for the call, Tracy, but we are not going to delude ourselves into thinking that we can protect our children absolutely from danger, whether it's stranger danger, whether it's accidents in the home, whether it's pulling a pan of hot water. The one time in 20 years that you forgot to turn the handle to the wall, it's fear of it happening to us that makes us critical of the people it has happened to, because we are so desperate to believe that it couldn't. That's why we're doing this, and it's not fair. Anne's in Lightwater. Anne, what do you do?
Oh, hi there, James. I'd just like to start off by saying I love your show, and most of the time I agree with everything you say.
Really?
But
God.
my children now are 15 and 17, and when they were toddlers or babies, I wouldn't have dreamt of leaving them in a room on their own. It never crossed me.
You must have left them in the room on their own, and you wouldn't have left them in the building on their own, because you wouldn't have sat in the same room as them all night while they were sleeping.
No, well, yes, I mean, we had a family room anyway, so yes, most of the time we were all together.
But at home, you don't sit in the same room. I mean, they're just to establish they're in a closed door often. Children. Abducted from a hotel room.
But I would just like to make those statistics lower.
That is the absolutely unanswerable parental response, and you've phrased it perfectly. But if you're going to go down that road of making statistics lower, where are you going to stop? Keys, locks, chains? I don't know. Hard hats? Go out in full body armour whenever the kids leave the house? Send them swimming in a rubber suit with oxygen tanks on the back? Every single thing they do is a little bit dangerous. And the same goes for grown-ups. Steve's in Finchley. Steve, what do you do?
I think you're confusing lots of different issues here. I've had 3 girls grow up. I wouldn't dream of leaving them in a locked room or any sort of room on a holiday resort. We used to take our kids with us. When they're babies, they fall asleep in the chair that they're in. I don't know where you're coming from with this. I mean,
What about 2 years ago when the kid in the Costa del Sol was taken out for dinner? And she got to put it in the head and die.
This is exactly what I mean. Well, you're confusing different issues. You can walk across the road and get run over. It doesn't mean you stay all day. I mean,
But surely you're safer.
No, it's just a completely different thing. If you're going about your normal daily process and something happens and someone shoots a bullet, that you can justify as being very, very unlucky. But this isn't unlucky, and as far as I understand...
What is it then?
This is just negligent.
Okay.
As far as I understand it, these parents were offered the choice of having a babysitter. I mean, you know, and they didn't even choose to do that. I mean, quite frankly, I wouldn't have used that service, but that's possibly a choice you can make. If my children are perfectly balanced, grown up, as children grow up, you take balanced views on what they should be doing, and if something goes wrong when they're 10, 11, 12 walking to school, that is very unlucky. But leaving...
Well, why is that unlucky and not negligent? Because you could have driven the kids to school yourself. You could have had them kept under much better care. Why is that not negligent?
The general process of growing up.
Well, so is leaving the children in a room when you eat